Hello friends, welcome to the GS Webs. I hope you are doing well and continue your preparation very effectively. Today we will discuss some important MCQ and discussion of President of India and its powers and functions. Okay, so today's topic is the President of India. So here are some important articles which is related to the President of India. Article 52 says about there shall be a President of India. 52 and 53 says the executive power of the Union and 54 says the election of President. It means the President, which is the head of the state, it shall be or will be from elected. Article 55 says the manner of election, how the president is elected or how the election takes place. Article 56 says about the term of office of president. 57 eligibility. 58 qualification. 59 conditions of president office. 60 oath or affirmation, oath, and 61 is impeachment. Okay, so these are the articles you must have to remember. So let's come to our first question. The first question is which article of Indian Constitution deals with the election of president? Which article of Indian Constitution says or deals with the election of a president? Election of a president. And the answer is Article 54. Article 52 says there shall be a president, but Article 54 says about the election of a president. Okay. Defines the electoral college that elects the president. 55 says prescribe the manner and method. How the president is elected. The manner and method of the presidential election. Okay, and the election of a president is conducted by Election Commission of India. Article 324. Election Commission of India, both for president and vice president. Of election is conducted by or taken by the Election Commission of India. So question number 2. Next question is who among the following is not a part of the electoral college? Electoral college for the president election. That means who cannot give to vote to president. Earlier I said that the president is elected, not nominated. President is elected. Okay. Basically the members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha plus SLA. Which members? Only elected members can participate in the process of election of president. Can participate, but only elected members. But the elected members of SLC, State Legislative Council, cannot participate in the election of a president. Okay, here is the explanation. Article 54 of the Constitution of India, the president is elected. The president is elected by elected members of both houses of parliament. That means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Only elected members. Elected members of SLA or Vidhan Sabha. Elected members of SLA of Union, Territory of Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu Kashmir. So the nominated members and members of SLC does not participate in the process of election of a president. Okay. Next question is what is the minimum age limit prescribed for the post of a president? The question is what should be the minimum age for the post of election of a president? Remember 25, 30 and 35. 25 for a member of Lok Sabha or MP, member Lok Sabha, 30 for Rajya Sabha and 35 for president. The answer is option C, 35 years. Remember 25 is for Lok Sabha, 30 is for Rajya Sabha and 35 is for president. Okay, so here are some other eligibility criteria. Article 58 outlines the qualification of required for election as president. Citizenship must be a citizen of India. Lok Sabha eligibility must be qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha. But he should not be a member of, should not be a member of any house but qualified for a member of Lok Sabha. So next question is, who administer the oath of office of the President of India? That means who takes the oath of the president, or after the president is elected, who takes or who conducts the oath of president after the president is elected. Generally the CGI, Chief Justice of India takes the oath of president, but in his absent the senior most judge of a Supreme Court takes the oath, but generally the CGI of India takes the oath. Option C. Okay. Primary authority, the CGI of India. Alternative authority, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court of India, if CGI is absent, and this is Article 60. The next question is, in case of the office of president falls vacant, within how many months must it be filled? That means by which month the election of president takes place if the office of president falls vacant. Remember, the vacancy arises due to death, resignation, or removal, means impeachment of the president. In this case, the election must be conducted by or within 6 months by the Article 62 clause 2. The election must be conducted within 6 months. During that period, the vice president assumes or performs the office of a president. During that period, the vice president performs the office of a president. Interim charge, the vice president acts as the president during this interim period until a new president is elected. The next question is, to whom does the President of India submit his or her resignation? That means who takes the resignation letter of a president? The resignation letter of a president. Remember, generally the president gives his resignation to vice president, and the vice president gives her resignation or his resignation to president. Article 56(1) specifies that the president may resign by writing under the hand addressed to the vice president. Similarly, vice president must immediately communicate the resignation to the speaker of the Lok Sabha or House of the People. Okay. Immediately communicate about the resignation of the president to the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Remember, the vice president gives his resignation to president of India. The next question is, the impeachment of the president of India can be initiated in which house? Impeachment, Article 61. The removal motion of the president. It is the removal motion of the president. Remember, the president is removed only in the case of violation of constitution. Okay. And this motion can be initiated in either house. Either house means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. But in the case of a vice president, it is only in Rajya Sabha. But in the case of a president, it is either in Lok Sabha or in Rajya Sabha. The answer is option C, either house of the parliament. That means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Okay. The impeachment of the president of India can be initiated in either house parliament, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Initiation requirement: the charges must be signed by at least 1/4 or 25% of the total member of the initiating house. That means for initiate the motion, for initiate the motion, 1/4 member required to sign this motion. A 14 days notice in writing must be given to the president. 14 days notice, advance notice. Okay. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and please like my video. Okay. So next question is which article deals with the impeachment process of the president? Impeachment. The article 61. 52 says that there shall be a president of India. There shall be a president. 74 says about the council of ministers. Council of ministers which is headed by the prime minister. Headed by the prime minister. Okay. 76 says about Attorney General. Attorney General of India. Who is the highest law officer? Who is the highest law officer in India? Attorney General. Next question is who authorized to dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of its term? Generally, the Lok Sabha is dissolved in every 5 years. In every 5 years. But the president can dissolve the Lok Sabha before its expiry. That means before 5 years, the president can dissolve the Lok Sabha. But the president can act so by the advice of PM. By the advice of PM. Okay. The president is authorized to dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of his term, acting on the advice of the prime minister and the council of ministers. Article 74 and this article 75. Article 85 empower the president to dissolve the Lok Sabha. 85. Okay. Normally the Lok Sabha is dissolved in every 5 years and the new election or re-election can take place. Okay. Here you have to remember, generally the Lok Sabha term is 5 years, but in the case of emergency, national emergency, article 352, the Lok Sabha can be extended 1 year at a time, but any number of time. Remember, 1 year at a time, but any number of time. In the case of emergency. So according to Constitution, there is no fixed term of Lok Sabha. No fixed term of Lok Sabha. The next question is the President of India can nominate how many members to the Rajya Sabha? That means how many members can be nominated by the President to Rajya Sabha. Generally, the total seat of Rajya Sabha is 250, maximum strength of 250. Out of 250, 238 is elected by the states or came from the states, but 12 are came from by the president on the basis of art, literature, science and social service. Article 80 clause 1 of the Constitution of India grants this power: literature, science, art and social service. Next question is which article empowers the president to promulgate ordinance? Ordinance means a law during the recess of parliament. That means when the parliament is not in session, parliament means either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or both of the houses. Both of the houses are not in session. In that time, the president can issue or can bring law that is called ordinance. Okay. The question is which article says about this? The answer is article 1 to 3. Of president and governor also has the power to issue ordinance. This article 213. Remember 123 for president and 213 for governor. Both of these articles are for ordinance. Okay. Basically, ordinance power it grants the president to legislate when parliament is not in session. Immediate action. This power is used only when immediate action is necessary. An ordinance has the same force and effect as the act of parliament. Expiry period. It is suggested to operate 6 weeks after the reassembly of parliament, unless disapproved earlier. Maximum validity. Remember, maximum validity. The maximum life of an ordinance can be 6 months and 6 weeks. Remember, 6 months plus 6 weeks. The next question is the pardoning power of president is enshrined in which article? Pardoning power. Article 72. Here are the explanation. The president has the pardon, grant pardon, reprieve, respite, remission of punishment to suspend, remit, commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offense in the following cases. Okay, okay. Pardon means completely absolve, convict from all sentence, completely absolve. Communication means substitute from one punishment for a lighter from life imprisonment. Remission means reduce the period. Respite, have a lesser sentence. Reprieve, stay execution of the sentence for a specific period, temporarily to allow the convict time to seek a pardon or a commotion. Okay. The next question is, who was the first president of Republic of India? Who was the first president of the Republic of India? Okay, and the answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad from January 26, 1950 to May 13, 1962. The longest serving president in India history. The president of the Constitutional Assembly and drafted the Indian Constitution. The next question is, who was the first president of India to be elected unopposed? And the answer is Nilam Sanjiva Reddy. Okay. Term 1977 to 1982. Okay. Predecessor Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. Successor Gyani Jali Singh. Position the 6th President of India. Historic details nomination of total 37 candidates filed the papers. The returning officer rejected 36 nominations. Next question is, who was the President of India when the internal emergency was declared in 1975? Who was the President of India when the internal emergency in 1975? It is declared by PM Indira Gandhi on the ground of internal disturbance. But later in 1978 by 44th Amendment, this internal disturbance became armed rebellion. Okay, and the answer is option B, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. Okay, proclaimed under Article 352 of the Constitution, recommended Prime Minister Indira Gandhi based on the ground of internal disturbance. Next question is, which of the following emergencies can be declared by the President of India on the written advice of the Union Cabinet? Written advice of Union Cabinet, which of the following emergency can be declared by the President of India? Basically, the emergency 3 types: national emergency 352, state emergency 356 or president rule, and 360 financial emergency. All of the 3 emergency can be declared by the President of India, but on the written advice of a Union Cabinet. Remember this point, on the written advice Union Cabinet is brought by 44th Amendment of 1978. In fact, the cabinet award is brought by the 44th Amendment 1978. It is a core member inside the Council of Ministers. Core member, just like Defense, Railway, Finance, okay, Home Minister, okay, within the Council of Ministers, which is headed by the Prime Minister. Okay. Next question is, who acts as the Supreme Commander of Defense Forces of India? Supreme Commander of Defense Force. Okay. Defense Force means head of the Army, Navy and the Air Force. The answer is the President of India. President. Okay. The next question is, the President address the first session of Parliament after each general election under which article? Generally when the election take place, after the election take place, the newly Lok Sabha is created. The first election of the first session of newly Lok Sabha is administered by the President or addressed by the President. Okay. Article 87, it says that President's special address at the commencement of the first session of after each general election to the House of the People, Lok Sabha, and at the commencement of the first session of each year. Remember, first session of each year. Article 86 provides the President with a general right to address either House of Parliament or both House Assembly together at any other time. Remember, Remember, first session after each general election and first session after every year. Every year is it addressed by the president or summoned by the president. Okay. Next question is, can president return a money bill to parliament for reconsideration? Okay. Generally or normally money bill is introduced only in Lok Sabha. Remember, only in Lok Sabha, but with the prior permission of president. Prior permission of president. But the speaker decides whether a bill is a money bill or not. Okay. If president earlier giving permission to address the money bill, so the president cannot return a money bill to the parliament for reconsideration. The answer is option D, no. President cannot return a money bill to parliament for reconsideration. Okay, because earlier president already give the permission to address the money bill in Lok Sabha. Okay, Article 111. This article explicitly states that the president can return money bills to parliament for reconsideration. Except for money bill, can return bills, any bill to parliament for reconsideration except money bill. Article 111. Prior permission, a money bill is introduced in Lok Sabha only with the prior recommendation of the president, meaning they are already aware of its contents. Okay, president is already aware of its contents. Which president of India also served as the chief minister of a state before assuming the office of the president? And the answer is option A, Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy. The Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy served as the CM of Andhra Pradesh before becoming the 6th president of India. 6th president. And remember, Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy became the president by unopposed. Okay. So this is the best 20 question of President of India. Remember, you like this my video and my effort, please like my channel and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.